Alright, I know I don't match. I got Tampa up here because I've been wanting to wear this hat and I haven't got a reason to do a Tampa video for a while, so very proud that I got this. Ah, crap. Still has a sticker in here. I want to be like the kids these days with their stickers and their rock and roll music. And anyways, Kovalchuk. This is my Kovalchuk jersey. So, Andy Petrilla just said on Leafs Lunch that she has a report that Kovalchuk staying in the KHL. And I've been reading some articles this morning on Kovalchuk meeting with SKA St. Petersburg. Now, there could be a couple reasons for this. First off, he's probably going to make more money playing in the KHL, and he's going to have an opportunity to play at the Olympics. Because while everybody talks about Ovechkin wanting a gold medal, I'm pretty sure Kovalchuk wants one too. Then there's the fact that the Devils have to sign him, and then they want to trade him. And, you know, he's 34, and odds are the contract they're going to offer him is going to be less than what he's getting in the KHL. And rightfully so. He hasn't been in the NHL for a while. There's no guarantee he comes back to the NHL and scores 30 goals. Should score 20. No guarantee he scores 30. No guarantee he's still a premier forward in the NHL. And then that's it. Kovalchuk is a guy who I honestly believe, that he's been overrated as a player since he was drafted, and that's going to cause a lot of people to get angry with me. So let me qualify this. There was a time when he was drafted that he was seen as this dynamic, greatest goal scorer along the same line as what Ovechkin has become. I don't put Kovalchuk in the same category as Ovechkin. And again, I know there's a lot of Kovalchuk fans out there that really truly believe that Kovalchuk is this fantastic, great player. I've just never seen it. I've seen a guy who sniped a lot of goals for some bad teams. I haven't seen a guy who has ever transformed a bad team into a mediocre team or a mediocre team into a good team. And I have seen Ovechkin do that in the regular season. I am not surprised by this news entirely. I never got into the whole speculation of, oh, where's he going to go? Where's Kovalchuk going to go? And I've said he's going to be overpaid, and whoever gets him from Jersey is probably going to have to give up more than they're going to want to. Now, from my understanding, it's this. If he signs another year with St. Petersburg, he can come back next year to the NHL as a complete and total free agent. But here's the thing. Then he's 35. Contracts signed by players 35 and older, if they retire, they don't come off the cap. You see what's going on with Hossa in Chicago? It's because he signed a contract when he was 35. Or no, it's because of the 12-year rule with him. There's another one that signed when he was 35 and can't come off the cap. Somebody in the comments below will mention it. But it has happened. So you can end up on the LTIR, but you can't retire. If you do, it doesn't come off the cap. So it gets more challenging for Kovalchuk next year. And also, then he's 35. Like, people can go, well, he's only 34. But as soon as you hit 35, then it's kind of like, well, he is 35. It's a weird thing. It's a one-year difference, and yet the whole perception that then he's on the back half of his 30s, then what are you getting back? I honestly think he would have provided virtually no difference to Jersey's season. If Jersey had talked him into coming back and, oh, please play for us, I don't think it would have made a difference. And if he'd been traded to the Rangers, or I know, Toronto was talking, oh, let's get him on the Leafs, because everybody should be going to the Leafs, apparently. And people laugh when I say that, and Leafs fans get upset, but it's true. Almost every free agent over the next week, and over the past week, connected to the Leafs somehow. They're going to get this guy, and this guy, and that guy, and this guy. I'm surprised Shattenkirk's name hasn't come up with the Leafs. I say that, and then somebody will put a link in the comments saying, actually, Shannon, here it is. Kovalchuk is remembered for what he was in his 20s. And it's kind of glossed over what he did later on in his career. After signing that contract with New Jersey, he did not make an impact on the team's fortunes in a good way. The way he left New Jersey was terrible. He left them in a lurch, and he knew he was leaving them in a lurch, and he left anyways. Because he wanted to go home. So he retired and went home. And since he left, Jersey's been sort of, on that downward trajectory. And I really don't think he would help bring them back up. Because as I said, I never saw him do it for Atlanta. And I know people are going to say, well, he didn't have good teammates in Atlanta. You know what, though? Here's the problem. I've read things about other players over the last week that I like and seen people say, well, they never won a Stanley Cup. That's what matters. Okay, and then you're going to defend Kovalchuk, who never made a team better. Because, oh, well, look at his career totals. Nah, you can't do that. You can't kind of do the whole, hey, look over here. I don't pay attention to what I said over here. Just look over here at what this guy did. Because then I can say, well, wait a minute. What about the numbers this guy put up in his career? It doesn't matter. He never won anything. Neither did Kovalchuk. Well, his teams weren't any good. Really? Did this guy have a Stanley Cup champion that he personally screwed out of a Stanley Cup? There's no such thing as a player who screwed a team out of a Stanley Cup. Other than, you know, a guy who gets an own goal. Many apologies to Steve Smith, but, you know, if Edmonton wins that game, they're going to the Stanley Cup and winning it that year. And then we'd be talking about how the Oilers had 6 Stanley Cups in 7 years. So, you know, it does come down to more than one player. But to me, Kovalchuk was never that big offensive talent. I thought Hossa was more important to Atlanta than Kovalchuk when he was there. And it still didn't get them over the hump. So, if it's true, if Kovalchuk is returning to the KHL for another year, we've had all this speculation for nothing. And that's fine, because it's a down year for free agents. And it would be very easy for some GMs to say, well, all right, we're biting the bullet. We're going to take a shot at Covey and offer him, through the Devils, offer him a big contract that the Devils are immediately going to trade away. And give him a 4-year contract for $6 million per, something along those lines. And then he comes over and he stinks up the joint. And he could. And I know he had a very good year in the KHL last year. That's fine. But if we want to gloss over the fact that every now and then you'll read an article about how his coach in the KHL is questioning his heart and his determination in a big game, fine. But it's there. And it happens. I think for Jersey, it's kind of too bad because, yeah, this is a piece they could have turned into something. But at the same time, I think they could have signed him to a contract and ended up having to eat that contract. Because there's the possibility that whatever they wanted for Kovalchuk would have been too rich for other GM's blood. But let me know what you guys think. Hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. And again, this is big if you're a Devils fan. If you're a fan of another team and you think it's a big deal that Kovalchuk's not coming back, I really honestly think you're remembering the Kovalchuk he was 5-10 years ago. And even then, I was not sold on him. I was never a Kovalchuk fan. In fact, when I do my favorite, least favorite for New Jersey, when I get down to these guys, I can guarantee you Kovalchuk will be on that list of the non-favorite. That's just me, one man's opinion. Let me know what yours is. Don't forget to hit those like and subscribe buttons because they're everybody's friend. And we'll see. And again, this isn't confirmed, but it seems to be leaning that way. And that a few hours later, it was reported SKA St. Petersburg was meeting with him, and now reports are coming out that he's likely signing there. So it gives him another year in the KHL. He knows what he is in the KHL. He knows what he can do. And again, it does give him a chance to go to the Olympics, which is absolutely a big difference maker. And I understand that is one thing I will give Kovalchuk. I totally understand that he wants to represent his country at an Olympics that will not feature NHL players. His chance of winning a gold medal, much, much higher this year because NHLers will not be there. So again, thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you guys again soon.